Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab where I do what I do for you. I got this ain't gonna be a lesson. This is ode to my teachers. I got two teachers in my life. I got a lot of others, but these are two that stand out the most. The most respect to my two teachers in life. George Clinton, my funk father, and Muata Ashby, my philosophical spiritual father. Them two men, instrumental in the man I become. So I'm gonna give them props right now. Like my mom said, give me my flower, I can smell them. They still alive, they still around. They probably don't know me from a can of paint, but they did what their job to me. So I want to give them the kudos. Let's rock. Right isms. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give life. That says, you tuning in and receiving, I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. All right. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself, or more commonly known for y'all new modern word is self mastery. I like that too. But my mission is to get all right thinkers to know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? So let's get it together. I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. Yeah, that's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to my God be true. All right, right thinkers, keep folks' philosophy on respect to my teachers in life. George Clinton, my funk father. James Brown, my godfather. Forgot to get him in there. I'm a big James Brown fan. All right, with him and George, I can't miss. Why? I had the one, and I knew everything was on the one. James had the lyrics. James had to say it loud. Why? I'm black and I'm proud. James had the payback. Oh, get ready, you mothers, for the big. So he had attitude. Okay, he could dance, but he had big time attitude. He was off the hook. But these is guys who I looked in the mind when I was coming up. But George, second to none. I tell anybody, starstruck. No, I've been seeing George all my life for the last 50 years. So he's my superstar. And I don't freak out. But when I was young, when I came to concerts, I'm getting on stage. I would be just driven. I'm getting to the stage. But all right, let me give you a reason why. Remember, my name is P Funk. Funk was my first knowledge, my first concept of knowledge of myself. Because funk to me meant real. I've been keeping it real since the last 50 years, thanks to George. And let me break it down a little more as we go. That's my point. I used funk like a lot of people use religion. And I use my right thinking philosophy the same way. Watch this. Funk was my first knowledge. It was funk from George Clinton, aka Dr. Funkenstein. Here I got my name, P Funk. I took that name because what it meant as a Muslim, when you join the Islamic faith, you get to change your name. They call it attributes. You get what makes, what signifies you, defines you. P, pure, funk means real. That defines me. I've been that since I took the name back in 1974. Been doing it ever since. But he, to me, was a genius. Teacher and storyteller from the musical part. His lyrics, man, he was telling the message. I got the message a long time ago. Oh yeah, I've been cloned. Y'all remember that concept? Mentally, he cloned me to what? Think outside the box, be my own self, and see what's going on around you, and make some noise. Talk about it, be about it. Okay, so that was me. And I think that he was the genius, storyteller, and the teacher about what life. He brought a spaceship to the hood. He took me to Bimini Road, downtown Atlantis. Okay, he took me out of space. He did it all, and I was along for the ride and didn't have a damn clue. But it saved me. It changed my life and helped me get along without what falling back on somebody's religious perspective, somebody else's other nonsense. Oh, I had funk. I had funk. Funk was my way of life. If you knew back then, you knew me back then, it was funk. He hated it. He was saying no, devoid of funk. Okay, he was devoid of funk. He couldn't understand it. He couldn't grasp the concept, and I didn't even try to give it to him. Didn't care. I didn't even care back then. He came home one day. I had bought the double album, P-Funk Earth Tour, and there was a part there where the guy said, "Hey, P-Funk, let me your spaceship, man. I'll be right back." One of the groupies, I was a groupie. So yeah, I could see me doing that, and I had headphones on. And this was like the second go around, the album. So I'm pretty much grooving out, and he just had to be standing there watching me, mimicking when I'm singing. He don't know what's going on. He just this nigga want to drive a spaceship. That was he told my mother this guy off the hook. He want to drive somebody's spaceship. But to his credit, when I went to see George Clinton, I took a bus ride over to the Madison Square Garden. I got on stage with him there back in '78. He was on the bus. He thought we was the craziest group. We was all dressed up. We had our costume. We was in character. All right, let me get outside. I got this story. But George was a major part of my life back then when I was in the game because it was all funk. I brought them along for the ride. Okay, so, all right. But funk was my way of life. Yeah, funk to me meant real. And to this day, it still means the same thing to me. And I still live by it. I keep it real. All right. When I came spiritually enlightened, that just added to the funk. Because the funk was preparing me. Why? I realize now, it's too much to talk about right now. Let me get to this lesson. All right. But the music was on point. Why? He had the best instrument players. He had the James Brown band, along with his boys. Okay. He had Bernie Worrell, who was a concert gifted prodigy on the organ playing. That was him on the keyboard with flashlight. They were doing some good stuff. So the music that was being played with best instrument, Honey Horn, Fred Wesley, Mason, he had everything. So the music was always on point. And the only thing I see the difference in that and now, I'm there in concert now, I'm sitting there saying, it's fun, but it ain't what it used to be. And I had to realize and understand that and give them pride. But those was great musicians back in the day. So no knock on my new garage. I still keep the funk going. I'm with you 100%. When you come in town, you know I'm going to be in the crowd. Simple as that. I don't care. George coming. Okay, give me a ticket. Well, I'm going. I ain't trying to get on stage. I ain't doing nonsense. He on stage now, sitting in the rocking chair. But that's my dude. Personally, I felt like, I take it personal. All right? But again, the music was on point. Why? He had the best instrument players going. And he was giving us knowledge. And I could not wait. What the music's on point. And people receiving, giving knowledge. And I couldn't get nowhere. He gave me the knowledge that I get with funk from George. Couldn't get that nowhere else. Like my right thinking philosophy. You can't get this from nowhere but me. I uniquely made that. He uniquely made funk his thing. All right. So I was cloned by the doctor, Funkenstein, in his lab. That's what I call what I'm doing. I call this my lab. Again, mimicking George. I call my two phases of concepts that I teach from Parliament, Funkadelic. I got the book. This is Parliament. What I'm doing now, that's Funkadelic, the real me from the dome. So everything I do pretty much got some funk in it. That's my respect for George. And all my spiritual knowledge comes from my dude, Walter Ashley. So again, 30 years with this guy. Moving on. So I got to give him his. I am what they call the art of cloning. Is what? To copy yourself to somebody else. Put in you as in somebody else. So he gave me the funk. And I did. I let George clone me. I watch when I go to concert, I didn't give a crap about nothing else that was going on in the concert. I'm zooming in on George. I would watch when he get to call the shots. He was directing the band. He would take breaks. I knew all that. Why? That's all I watched. Man, with the show. And my thing was, if he ever got sick or needed to fill in, ego tripping for real. But that was my mindset. I've been cloned. I can do everything he do on stage. All right. But I am what they call a conceptualist. Thanks to George. George put concepts together that I had to say, what the what? But when you think about it, he was on point. That dude knew what he talking about. He put stuff together that like no other. That's I call him a genius. He's the constant conceptionist. Why? Bigger the headache, the bigger the pill. Okay, all those concepts, know the phrase. He just interject them. He would just chant them, drop them jewels every now and then. Oh man! But back then, I knew all the words to all his songs. Yeah, and you came into my house to buy drugs, and a lot of people did. That's all they played. I had a house DJ. I had a reel to reel. It was funk all the time. I'm gonna give a party to this day. When I get my party, my barbecue, my cookout, I got a dude, DJ, who all he gonna do is play George. He know that's my thing. He said, "I got you." See, so I'm setting that all up. I'm like God. He put shoe here, air, way before we got here. So I'm conceptualizing way before it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Okay. If you're invited to the party, I remember he said, "Like, yeah, it's coming." All right. But I knew everything about him. Okay, I know his life story. I know a lot about this guy. I did my due diligence on George. Simple as that. 50 years. And I know a lot about that man. And at one point in my life, funk was what I lived for 24/7. Again, I didn't stop being funky. Funk was 24/7. All right. But whenever I would go to see him in concert, I took busload. Capitol Theater, 100 people. Madison Square Garden, 100 people. When I came with a crew. We was funky. Dressed to the kill. I got on stage at Madison Square Garden with him. Can't find that tape to save my life. If anybody watching this, if you can find me that tape with George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic Earth Tour, 1978, Garden, Madison Square Garden, please let me send it to me. That was me on stage. And I would end up on stage. When I wouldn't see him, I'm taking it to the stage. He had a record called Take It to the Stage. Yeah, I was serious. I would take it to the stage. I was a funk intelligent. I learned my funk intelligence from George. I was very intelligent when it came to funk. How's your funk intelligence? Meaning your funk intelligence. How much funk do you know? Okay. I wear hats that says P Funk. P Funk. Okay? They say right thinking. But if it ain't right thinking, it's P Funk. So they go together. Muata asked me, right thinking, P Funk is George. Let's rock. I don't know, I'm just running off at the mouth now. I'm just here. There's a message in here somewhere. I'm just going on script like that. I don't know why, but all right. And again, at one point when I was the most funkiest dude you know back in the day, because that's what I was all about. P Funk was with. And before I got spiritual enlightened, it was all funk. When I went to the crazy house, mental institution, I was off the chain. The guy said, "You fight like a madman, you no give in." I said, "Yeah," but they found out they played that Parliament. I mellowed right out. So they would put me in the music room. And they had the album, One Nation Under Groove. And on there, they got a phrase where he said, "I pledge allegiance to the funk." Yeah. All in. All in. Yeah. Yeah. Sounded like a good deal. Sign me up. All right. But I use my funk concept, intelligence, like religion. Like I said, if you wasn't funky, aka remember funk meant real. And I can't stand phony people, fake people to this day. So back then I didn't like fake people. It's my dad. So knows important folk. He wasn't funky. That means he wasn't what? He wasn't real. I knew that. I knew that. That's the difference between me and him. I was real. He wasn't. But they loved him. They love them. If I do a show right here, they turn in. Well, yeah, I remember Bill. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Moving on. But the whole deal about me was keeping it real. Even when I was doing the wrong thing, I still kept it real. If you wasn't real, no deal. Okay, you had to go. I had a flag. If you didn't make the flag, that meant you wasn't down. Funk intelligence. Back then, it meant knowing who you are, keeping it real with yourself. Who knows? See, I can put them together now, but knowing thyself is keeping it funky. Thank you, James, the Godfather. He knew it, but I got my Egyptian knowledge. It was a rap after that. It was a rap. Why? Because I put two and two together and I got four. And I was the one of the characters, okay? They called me back in the day. I was what they call mood control. What the hell? Yeah, I was the man with the drugs. Whatever mood you was in, my motto was, if you need your mood change, I'm your man. Wow. Up, down, in, out. I had everything you need to make that happen for you. So I was mood control. Lived off of that nonsense. But I was the drug doctor. I had the cure for all your ills. Whatever ails you, I got something for you. What you need, So that was my thing. I had drugs for whatever ails you. And 9 times what? Most of them was looking for what? A boost. Just something to help them out. So, pep them up a little bit. Gaslight them. Okay? But again, George is the one who really prepared me for this journey by funkatizing me and cloning me with what? Funk knowledge. I still carry the name. I could have took on any Egyptian god. Everybody, you could be Tahu. You like that? No, 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 no. I'm P-Funk. That ain't changing. Moving on. Some things, like my yacht, if it's real, it don't change. P-Funk ain't changing. It's going to be P-Funk to the end. And because I always knew I was real, a.k.a. funky, and being me was all I ever wanted to be. Just to be the best me I can be. That's when things change, okay? Being me was cool, but no, being the best me means living right, doing right. Okay, I got you. That's the kick I'm on now. Okay, and I live with P-Funk music like the Christians did with the Bible and Christ. And it worked for me. So like it worked for them, it worked. Anything that you put forth that's gonna help you better yourself, whatever you use, by all means. I got no problem with that at all. If it works for you, go for it. Music, I always saved. Music, I say, saved my life. Why? I used funk to live right. It guided me to do certain things. It showed me how to avoid other things. So the avoid funk with that cool dude, he just looking all dapped out young, but he ain't real. And when he got exposed, we got what, the bop gun. Shot him with the bop gun. All of a sudden, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm about to free my. I'm about to let it. Yeah, be yourself. They're all tight. Back in the day, guys would come to the disco, to the club, suited down. Who the hell does that? It was cool. Yeah, that's cool. Now every now and then, Friday, Saturday night, I would put it on. But Friday night, I'm funky. I be pumped out. I have my cut up stuff and my shows, everything. Saturday night, I'm 3 piece down. So the 4 When you like that, you ain't come to dance. You come to just chill. You come to be cool. Okay, so they thought it was back in the day. Take pictures, posing. No, I ain't going there. Let me let that go. All right, let me wrap it up. I'm getting too comfortable. All right, where's the message here, dude? Oh, I forgot my dude. Muata Ashby. I've been reading this guy's book for 30 years. I had Dr. Ben. I had a bunch of teachers, but I was with this guy for the last 30 years. All them other guys sat there at the stage. When I got with him, I didn't hop around. No. It's me and Muata. So, yeah, and he did me right. Thank you. And I don't sing. So, again, I do what I do. And I do what? Teach what I know. Give information. Hope that you can use the benefit. Tell a story here and there to get my point across. That's what I said. There's a message in here somewhere. But wrap it up. Funk knowledge combined with spiritual self-knowledge led me to mastery. That's how it worked for me. I put them things together and something started happening. Yeah, two opposites, and they came together perfect. So I got my PhD degree from Funk University, P Funk University, and I also has a master's from Freak Out University. Yeah, I done been on both sides. I can do it any way you want to do it. However you want to do it, I'm with you. But I got truth in both hands. Okay, like I can knock you out with left or right. I can enlighten you with left or right. It ain't physical no more. It's all mental. All right. So that's self mastery right there. I can teach you. I can break it down for you any way you like it. Okay, that's mastery. And if you ask me, if I know, you will too. If the truth ain't what you want, you might not want to ask me certain questions that you might not want to know the truth to. Why? I'm a truth teller. Simple as that. And my right thinking philosophy of funk and spiritual truth, you can't form, okay, you can't get this from what? No university. Trust me. What I got ain't in no universities. Only in me. Why? It's all mine. I got help. I always had help, but it's all uniquely mine. Wrap it up again. I appreciate you tuning in. This is a fun lesson for me. And again, like I told you, thanks to my dude, George Clinton, Dr. Funkenstein, and Muata Ashby. He's a Baba now. He's a sage. He's at the highest level right now. And I'm right behind him saying, "You keep going. Well, I'm gonna keep coming. I ain't gonna stop. I'm still getting whatever new book you got." One guy asked me, "What's my 5 favorite books?" I gave him 5 books. Now right here. Okay. The fifth one, I gave him 4. The fifth one was Muata Ashby. Any one of them. Any book you buy from him is good. 30 years in. Okay, I'm teaching from it today. How about that? But 30 years ago, I was learning it. I was reading it to acquire. So obviously, it worked. 30 years later, I'm teaching it to you, and y'all seem to like it. So I appreciate you too. Let me take it on out. Again, thanks to George and Mahmoud Ashby, who both helped me to what? Master me. I'm trying to help you master you. That's what I do for you. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Right things in closing. May you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I've never done my right thinkers who know now the respect that I have for my 2 teachers in life, George Clinton and Walter Ashby, have passed away. We all have somebody who helped us out. Do you? Give them their props. Give them their props. Give them their flowers while they can smell them.